Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Cooper Center, Monroeville, Alabama. It is the Lions and the Coyotes about to tangle. Robert Williamson set to bring you the coverage as we get back to the basketball at the Cooper Center in Monroeville. And it is conference play that kicks things off in the brand new year, the debut in 2025 here as Reid State is in town to take on the Coyotes. Reid State coming in with an 0-3 conference mark, and their record overall an 0-7. But still plenty of time to get right back into the thick of things and thinking that the start of the new year is the right time. Meanwhile, for the Coyotes, as that will go out of bounds and belong to the home team, they are 2-0 in the conference, and would like nothing better than to continue to improve upon conference play, defend a title they won a year ago, the ACCC Division II Championship. Hi, everybody. Robert Williamson bringing you the coverage. Murph dropping in the 10-footer. Got basketball in a couple of locations tonight. Jason Thompson is in Bay Minette, where Coastal Alabama South and Shelton State are tangling. Boy, a couple of big matchups in D1 and 2 in the ACCC. Shelton State, Coastal South in Division 1. Reid State and Coastal North in Division 2. Loose ball retrieved by Tucker. There's the three ball dropped in. Jemiah Washington, as we take a look at the starters for Reid State. Anaya Tucker, you've got Haley Lindsay. Sienna Betts on the floor, as well as Amani White. Multiple opportunities, unable to come up with points for Coastal North. Dropped in, or at least an effort to do so from the elbow. Meanwhile, the Coyotes with Taylor Murph, Tajay Young, Tiffany Goodman. Top rebounder in the ACCC in Tamira Smalls. And the number 3 rebounder in Tashana Key, starting the ball game for Coastal North. Got a little contact and a personal. Well, you're talking about a couple of teams that aren't separated by much. A little bit of I-65. And as a result, decent little crowd on hand and an energetic one. Goodman, a 60% free throw shooter. Number 2 scorer on the team, averaging 9.2. The leading scorer is Young at 9.5. So just tenths of a point separating the 1 and 2 scorers for Coastal North. Tucker giving over to White. White with the 3 ball not there, and is retrieved by Lindsay. Got it back, sat on the rim, comes off. And there is a whistle, and there is a foul. Brought in from the baseline. Reid State with it. Lions top of the key. 3 no good for Tucker. Small had it, lost it, battled to get it back. And the Coyotes have it. Key giving it over to Goodman. Coyotes trying to grab their first lead of the game. Fed into the paint, Small the intended target. But it's the Lions with it. And there is contact on the Tucker trip in. And it is a Tucker that's tripped up. And Tucker will go to the line. Well, Reid State, their second year of athletics. But my first opportunity to see them last year, every time there was a Reid State game against either North or South, I guess I was doing something else, some other game. So my first chance to see these Lions. Tucker, a little better than 11 points a ball game. Turns it into a 2-point game. Goodman firing into the corner. Murph giving it to Small. And she'll get the 2 to knot it up at 6. Off the rim. Tucker able to retrieve it. Gives to Betts, and Betts trying to feed it down low, taken away by Smalls. Smalls just inches shy of being the number 1 rebounder in the ACCC Division II with double-digit rebounds. She's number 1 at 9.6 per contest. Murph with a leisurely stroll down the floor. Young sending it into the corner. Long 2 off the rim for Murph. Retrieved by Keonia Bradley. Now in the game for Reid State. Out of bounds. Off of Ariel Gilchrist, who is checked into the contest. Got a timeout on the floor. 5:31 to play. Quarter number 1. Knotted up at 6.
You've started this journey by yourself, but you won't have to go it alone, because now you're a part of something, a community that wants you to succeed, thrive. Here, you'll discover found family, fellow travelers, coyotes. That's the pack. That's Coastal Alabama.
Well, we got 3 generations of, I guess it would be the Nelsons, although that is Stephanie Snodgrass, who is mama to Diana Grace Nelson. And then, of course, right by Stephanie is her mom and Diana's grandmother. You're hoping that they'll have an opportunity to see Diana Grace Nelson get into the game. She has been in 12 thus far this year. So most of them she has, meaning the odds are she will. 3-ball, top of the key, won't fall for Washington. Washington top scorer, or at least one of the top 5 scorers in the ACCC. Tops for Reid. And 5th in the conference, averaging right at 12 per game. Gilchrist lost ball. It is retrieved by Lennox now in the game. Janeria Lennox. Foul called on Bradley. A couple of games tonight here, a couple of games tonight in Bay Minette. Shelton State and Coastal South there. Reid State and Coastal North here. But in play way out front to Gilchrist. Nice ball movement. Key finishes it with 2. And the Coyotes will take their first lead of the game. Off the rim with a 3 try from Betts. Put back is good. And actually, that was Lindsay shooting the 3. Fed down low to Key. Banks it, not there. Tucker with a board. Off the rim again, Lindsay trying 3. And there was a whistle on the steal by Lennox and the trip to the other end of the floor. Chilly night here in Monroeville. Temperatures all across the state. Expected to get below freezing, and in some cases you might have some precip mixed in. As a matter of fact, if you go a little bit north of here, a really good chance you'll have a white start to the new year. Key with a rebound, gives over to Murph. Down low, and Lennox is fouled. So Lennox to the line in a tie game at 8. We'll try to untie the game. First meeting this year between the two. They will meet again in February in Evergreen. And I said there was some I-65 between them, and there's just a sliver of I-65. Primarily, it's whatever that road is that I've traveled, I don't know how many times, but never look at the road sign to see the number. Contact on the other end. Is it defensive or offensive, according to the official? It will be of the defensive variety. And that'll put Washington at the line. Washington, a 47% free throw shooter. As a team, hitting 37% of their free throws. I had to look at that twice. Free throw shooting is definitely not what it used to be, but 37 indicates a team that's been struggling at the line. Stolen away by Lindsay. Given over to Washington. That is Anaya Tucker in. Lindsay. And there will be a foul on the Lindsay drive. Haley Lindsay, a 30% free throw shooter, 6 points a game. Into the ball game for Coastal North is Kylie Crusoe. As the first shot is good from Lindsay. Well, for somebody that hits 30% of their free throws, that was a pretty good looking trip to the line for Lindsay. Four-point Reid State lead into the corner to Murph. Feeds it down low, got away from Key. Washington's got it. And Crusoe this time committing the foul. And back at the stripe shooting is Washington. Into the ball game is Megan Odom, playing in just her third game of the year. Back with the team at the start of the new semester. and on the floor currently, averaging a point a game. Well, again, for a team that shoots 37% from the line, they are definitely improving those averages thus far tonight. Murph tracking down an Aaron Gilchrist pass. Loose ball, Murph able to get it back, then throws it away. There is a whistle. And let's see what we've got. And apparently got a foul on Murph. That puts Elijah Pickett at the line. Freshman averaging 2.5 per game from the stripe. Hitting about 33% of her free throws, but there again, we've been talking about players for the Lions that shoot 30 to 40% from the stripe, and they've been nailing it. And that's what Pickett does on the first of two. One of two, tipped out of bounds. And it was tipped out of bounds by Odom. Lions basketball put in play to Washington, and she carried it. Over to Lennox, into the corner, it goes to Crusoe. Back into the corner, Gilchrist down low, Odom. Swatted away from the backside by Tucker. And as Pickett misfiring, loose ball retrieved by Tucker. Odom tipping it back onto the floor to Crusoe. Putting up the three ball, Lennox off the rim. Rebounded by Tucker, and Gilchrist committing the foul. So we are back to the other end of the floor. A quick reminder to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You get access not only to games, not only to conversations, shows, clips. Got some great clips currently available. Randy Putman, great story about winning a state title with maybe some divine intervention. Butch Thompson, head coach at Auburn, talking about putting family first. All of that and more on our YouTube channel. Over it goes to Crusoe, back into the corner, Young. Young, one of the best in the ACCC in shooting threes, hasn't launched one yet. Crusoe in the paint, blocked, able to get it back. Eventually stolen away by White. From the charity stripe. Short with a White, about 8-footer. And it'll be Coastal North basketball. Crusoe to put it in play to Lennox. Into the corner, Crusoe, long two, just a tad too long. And Odom knocked down, trying to retrieve it. So Odom will head to the stripe. In her 2 games since coming back, averaging a point a game. So an opportunity here to double that average. Two for 2. And those, by the way, the first 2 free throws of the year for Odom. Crusoe nearly took it away, able to keep it. That is Tucker, and Tucker drives for 2. Young to Crusoe, Lennox with it out front. And Young walked with it. Reid State, an 0-7 overall mark. And obviously having won on the road, that is dropped in as the buzzer sounds to end one and extend the lead to double digits for Reid State.
When you're starting something new, it's never easy. You're going to make mistakes. You'll doubt yourself. But you're in a place that wants you to succeed, thrive. And soon, it will just start to feel right. Suddenly, you'll get it. Your fear will turn to confidence. First-time tasks become second nature. And what seemed impossible is right in front of your eyes. Because once the light bulb goes on, there's no turning back. You may wonder how you got here, and be glad you did. That's Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Second quarter action gets underway. There's the first 3 ball from Young, and it's successful. Then thrown away on the inbounds. Betts, thinking Tucker was going to break one way, she breaks the other. Tucker with a board off the miss, throws it away to Young. The 2 off the rim. Rebounded by Odom, and Odom put back, won't drop. Another turnover. Tipped by Odom to Lennox. And the Coyotes already with the 3 from Young. How about another to Jay Young? Wow, it didn't take many Young shots. That banks off the glass. The Coyotes to take a big bite out of a 10-point lead. And Young walks with it from the corner. Key coming back into the ballgame after a brief Shante Sanders appearance on the floor for the Coyotes. Three ball, rimmed it, did Betts. Trying to get it to Key, and that's a little too large on the Lennox pass. And it'll be Reid State basketball. Here comes Lindsay back into the game. Puts it in play to Tucker. Washington. Apparently fouled. And that is going to be charged to Young. So Young committing the foul. There looks to be good reason that Washington is the number 5 scorer in the conference and number 1 for Reid State. Banks in another 2. What a pass from Young. Rebounded by Jermaisha Williams. And then you got a jump ball. And the possession arrow will take us to the other end of the floor, but apparently that will happen after a timeout. 7:46 to play, half number 1. Reid State by 8.
Just about all white Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Craft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
.46 away from halftime, at the half a conversation with Daniel Head, athletic director at all the Coastals. Halftime of the men's game, conversation with Dr. Milner, president of all the Coastals. Washington air ball from the top of the key. Young sends it into the corner. Onum to Key. Key lost into the paint. Lindsay's got it. Gives over to Washington, and she'll shoot the 3. Off the rim. Key with the board. Just reached over teammate Lennox. Said, I'll take that. Young top of the key over. It goes to Lennox. Young for 3. There is her 3rd in the first half, and all in corner number 2. By the way, a new face on the floor, and that is Rihanna Jean, who is into the game for the Coyotes. And his backcourt dribbled off Lennox. We'll do it again. The official blowing the whistle as tossing the inbounds was Williams. White coming back into the ball game for the Lions. Long 2, and it's good for Tucker. Lennox down to Key from Young, back into the corner to Young. off the rim. And Key gets fouled. Coyotes coming into the ball game off of a loss to Baton Rouge by 2. That was in a game the Coyotes led by 14 in the second half. Key, a 43% free throw shooter, averaging 9 a game. There are 5 different Coyotes that average right about 9 per contest. Dribble out of bounds by Key. Smalls back into the game. Key will go out. And it's Tucker with a miss. Lennox coming up with a loose ball. Tip taken away, whistle and foul. And that is going to be charged to Small. Non-shooting foul. It'll be brought in from the baseline on the opposite end of the floor. Short on the white 3 try. Ball thrown out to Odom. Odom didn't know it was on its way. She was already breaking to the other end of the floor. Lead back to 9. Off the glass for Small. Tucker with a miss. That is Lindsay. No good. Young grabbing the rebound. Kicks it over to Jean, and Jean can't track it down. And that has got us to the media timeout, the last one of the first half. 4:31 to play. Half number 1. Well, looks like they're not going to take the media timeout. Typically, the first time out inside 5 is your media break, but apparently we're not going to take it. Stolen away by Lennox. Got the bucket on the opposite end of the floor. So a steal and score for Lennox. Turns it into a 5-point game. That is a 3 from Imani White. Stolen away by White. Trying to get it back, trying to give it to a teammate. Got a jump ball, and the possession arrow will take us to the Lion end of the floor. Well, the possession arrow is pointing to the Lions end of the floor, but I don't know that the officials are sure that that was an accurate possession arrow. And they're in a discussion. And apparently they now agree. Lions basketball, 3:48 to play. Half number 1. Betts with a pull-up, short. And that'll go out of bounds off the Coyotes. Well, they're going to say it's Coyote basketball. Gotta admit, I thought the only jerseys nearby were gold. And apparently one official has overruled the other. Hey, we'd like to have the ball, but it actually is Lions basketball. Put in play to Washington. Off the rim, grabbed by Gilchrist. Gives over to Lennox, shoots the three. She's got it. Back to a 5-point game with 3 minutes to go in the half. And there is a foul called on White, Imani White.
Unfortunately, I am very hungry. We got to win. I have not
Put in play to Lennox. Fed down low, Young. No, make that Jean with a miss. A lot of banking going on, and this one is 2 for Tucker. And it's Lennox with the floater. Five-point game, 2 to go. Half number 1. Betts off both sides of the rim. And an opportunity for the Coyotes to make it a one-possession game. They do it. Young for 2. 33-30 with 1:40 to go, half 1. Tipped out of bounds, but it will stay Lions basketball. Justice Penn coming into the game for the Lions. And that'll go off Penn and out of bounds. And it's a long 2, and it is perfect for Jean. You've got a 1-point ball game with 1:19 to play. Half number 1. Over to Tucker. And that'll go out of bounds off of the other Tucker. There's Zanaya and Zanaya. And that was off Zanaya. Into the game is Pickett. Betts coming out. Coyotes with a chance after being down by as much as 10 to take the lead. Lennox trying to get it a key. Into the corner, 3 en route. Pickett with an air ball. It is grabbed by Jean and grabbed by Pickett. And you're going to have a Pickett foul. Gilchrist to put it in play. Dropped in by Lennox, drew the foul, has got a chance for 3. So the Coyotes, who have been down by double digits in the first half, take the lead, and now Lennox trying to add one more. Short on the free throw. Rebounded by Penn. Got a Coyote foul, got a Lion basketball. Dennis Pickett with a miss. Ripping down the board is Gilchrist. Penn reaches in to try to take it away and commits the foul. Gilchrist, a 38% free throw shooter. Right at 3 points a game for a 53% shooting free throw team. Gilchrist with a chance to give the Coyotes their biggest lead of the half, and will. Tucker works it to the top of the key. Off the rim with a three try from Bradley. Gilchrist to the other end of the floor. That is Lennox. Will not be able to get the shot off in time, and that has gotten us to halftime. And at the half, you got a 36-33 Coyote lead with Daniel Head, the AD, and Coastal Alabama coming up. Time for another conversation with the AD and all the Coastals, Daniel Head. Coach, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing great, Robert. Happy New Year to you. Thanks for having me on again. And, we're excited about the 2025 version of the Coastal Alabama Coyotes.
Amen. Happy New Year to you as well. And by the way, I noticed, I'm sorry, I just can't not refer to you as coach every now and then. So, you're a longtime coach, now AD, but occasionally it slips on me.
Well, I have worked my way back. I'm now the third assistant for my son's T-ball team. Mainly, my job is to make sure I've got everybody in line in the dugout to come up to bat, and I keep the scorebook some. So, I still got it in me. The 5-6-year-old. That's about what probably the level I needed to be coaching at. For years, I tricked some college kids for a while, but I've got down to the level that I'm probably more destined for now.
Well, I'm not sure if I agree with that, but congratulations on your new job, coaching wise.
Thank you.
By the way, all right, let's talk about basketball first, because we're really coming into the most significant part of the season now. And though this might be played, later in the month, we are recording it the 1st of January. So let's talk about conference play where the Coyotes are concerned. Coastal South, Coastal North. Really, it looks like, all of them are looking good coming out of non-conference to conference play.
Well, we really feel good about our basketball programs and our coaches that we have running those programs. They've done a great job this year and all season getting their teams ready to go. We have our Division I program in Bay Minette. The Division I conference season starts actually Thursday night. They begin conference play Thursday night, and we host Shelton State and women's and men's here in Bay Minette. So it'll be a good test coming out of the gate with Shelton State, who's been a perennial powerhouse in women and men's over the last decade or two, and so. But we're excited about the opportunity to go out and compete and start the conference season. And Coach Robertson and Coach Yelding have both played a really tough non-conference schedule to prepare their teams for the conference grind, and I feel strong about our programs and where they are. We got both teams are kind of in a rebuild and young, but they're junior college young doesn't mean anything, because you got to get ready to play, and so they're ready, and we hope that that transfers onto the court and as we get going in conference.
I should have looked prior to coming on the air or doing this conversation with you, but I know since the renovation of Jack Robertson Arena, the losses have been few and far between, especially for the men's team. Have they even lost on their home floor?
Yeah, they've lost. They lost a couple games this year at home. They played some. They lost a tight game against Pensacola, and I think Pearl River right before Christmas. They had, it was a really good game, tight game, and but they've had a good season. We're really, Coach Robertson right now sitting at 8-4 in the non-con, and then Coach Taylor and they're 2-1 in conference in Division II in Monroeville. So they're sitting right there at the top of the standings. They got a big conference game Thursday night. Got Reid State, who's kind of the newer program, second year, but that we're right down the highway from each other. So it's kind of a little friendly rivalry, and great chance to start the 2025 conference season with those guys Thursday night. And then Coach Armstrong also, they're undefeated, tied for first in conference. She's there. A lot of that team's back from last year's run, and she's brought some new kids in that have added value to the program, and we're excited about their season again. As they come off the defending ACC and district South District champions.
As a matter of fact, I mentioned to Mandy, and last year's squad obviously very good. They win the district and advance on towards the district championship. But I think this year's squad may be a better team than last year's for her.
I think they're more versatile. I think they're still trying to find their chemistry a little bit. They played really well there before Christmas. That was a great game. We've had, funny, we have the coastal teams. We have coastal North and South, and we have a friendly rivalry. All of our coaches, they're peers. They have great relationships, but it is kind of cool when we get to play each other. And so they've both played a home and home in the non-conference, and both the women's games went into overtime, and both the home team won both overtime games. So that's been a really cool little rivalry there. And then the games between the men's games have been really, really intense and great games also. So it's been fun. That's the cool thing. Everybody's like, oh, you play each other. Well, we got good people in our organization that, we all, we understand and respect each other, and it's fun when they get a chance to compete against each other. And except for me, because, now I don't know whether to cheer for everybody or not cheer for anybody.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the thing where I'm kind of stuck on so I just kind of try to do the best I can to blend on those games.
To be neutral.
Yes.
Baseball, softball coming up at the end of the month. So we've got that time of the year where we're blending sports. And interesting concept where Coastal North is concerned, because Coach Griffin is calling it a career at the end of the year. Isn't it a little unusual to blend coaches, which I like it? To me, it kind of smooths that transition. But isn't that kind of an unusual concept?
It is. But that was something that, Dr. Milner, our president, really thought that would be the best path for us to move forward, to keep continuity with our organization. Bruton baseball has gone, those kids and that program they've been dealt a lot of adversity over the last few years, there with we had the consolidation and, the changeover, and then we had Coach Blevins and his passing, and it was just awful. And those kids went through that. And then we had an interim coach. Then we had another coach for one semester. And then Coach Griffin, came back to really an opportunity to give back to the program that he helped build, help build. And so, we didn't want to lose that momentum, especially coming off the championship season last year. And we feel like we've got another solid team in place in Bruton this year. So The worst thing that could happen is, Coach Griffin retire at the end of the year, and then we go through a 2-month coaching search, and then you got players that may not want to come back or leave, and you have no continuity. And then the recruiting cycle, how can you recruit when you don't have a head coach that's going to be there? So this was a win-win for us. Right now, Coach Matt Collins is our new head, going to be the head coach after the season, and he's been dynamic, hitting the ground running, and recruiting hard. And he and Coach Griffin are the coaches there this year. He's the assistant. Coach Griffin's the head coach, and basically he's the associate head coach. They are working hand in hand. Coach Griffin's letting Coach Collins basically make all the decisions about the future of the program, facility, anything he wants to do, and then they're collaborating on how to be the best program they can be this year.
Going over to baseball in Coastal South, you've got Coach in his second year now there at Coastal South, and was right in the thick of things, about a couple of weeks out of the end of the season last year. So he's kind of already built up this level of expectation for Coastal South.
Yeah, J.D. Pruitt has done a great job. Last year, he took over a program there about a month before school started. That was kind of, we had a lot of our coach the year before knew before the end of the year that he wasn't going to be back. And that's kind of what we learned from, I'll be honest with you. We went through that situation. By the time we had someone hired, there was a 3 or 4 month gap. And it really, Coach Pruitt came in last year, and it was, we were trying to put a team together really fast. And they had a good year. They overachieved, in my opinion. They were in the top 2 of the conference for probably 3/4 of the conference season. Ended up finishing, I don't know, 3rd, 4th, 5th, somewhere in there, and made the tournament, and then lost 2 one-run games to the 2 teams that were in the finals, and beat the number 2 seed on the first day, Snead State, that had been a perennial powerhouse. So I think he got some people's attention last year. So I'm sure they'll be coming after him. He won't be underestimated this year. So they'll probably get everybody's best bullet, and they need to be prepared. But I'm betting on them, and they've got a good looking group. They're young, 33 freshmen, but as I said, young doesn't mean anything in junior college. You got to get ready to play. Those guys you're going to have to count on those guys to win, and that's not going to be an excuse. And he knows that, and I know they're not going to make one. They're going to go out and get ready to play, and we're excited about that program.
Going over to softball, Coastal South. Let's start there. Coach Mallory Radwich, to me, has got one of the premier JUCO facilities, and she's put together one of the premier JUCO softball programs.
We will have one of the premier JUCO facilities in about a year. When we get our indoor facility built here in Bay Minette with their stadium and all that's nice. But what we're about to do with the indoor baseball, softball, and locker rooms and all that, that's going to be something that if you're a student athlete and are interested in coming to play baseball and softball, you want to check this out. This is an opportunity you don't want to miss. This is, just from a player development standpoint, the things we'll have in there, and then the nice facilities to be able to work out of and maximize the resources to be successful. But Coach Radwich doesn't need any help. I mean, she's awesome. I mean, they've won. Last year they finished 2nd place in the conference. 3 years in a row before that, they were conference champions. They were runner up in the tournament the year before that. She's got I really liked her team this fall. Good group of kids. They play well together. So I'm excited about their 2025 season coming up, and I know they are as well.
And speaking of renovations, in my conversation with Dr. Milner, suggested there have been some improvements too at Coastal North in the softball facility there.
Absolutely. Every facility has had some version of an upgrade, and there are some that are still in the works. But we've gone in and done some things there with the softball facility, the dugouts, replaced all the boards and painted and lighting, and same thing to the cages. And, we've got our fields are in great shape. We just took on a new company that's managing our turf management. And they're doing a great job. Max Siebert out of Pensacola has done a great job. Our fields look like major league fields right now, and he's the reason for that. And he's actually an alumni, former coach at Bruton, and so it's kind of cool that we have a guy like that who's also a high level scout with the San Diego Padres at the major league level. So it's kind of cool that those things happen there. But we're the Bruton softball. I mean, the Monroeville softball. They came off a disappointing year last year after a run of, heck, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, 10 years in a row of being in the tournament. That's going to happen over the course of time. Sometimes it's just not going to work. But they had a really nice fall. They got better every week as the fall went on, and Coach Childress is does a great job. She's been in coaching 25 years or more, and she knows how to win and knows what it takes to be successful. So we're proud of what we have there and are excited about their season coming up also.
We've got 90 seconds, actually about 60 seconds. So talk about the other sports that start this spring.
All right, we've got Monroeville tennis, men's and women's tennis, and they're in their second year. I think we're excited about the improvements from year 1 to year 2. They had a nice fall, and they're definitely better. We've already had our first sophomore sign a scholarship, and that's Craig Blevins, who's Darryl Blevins' son, who's actually a member of our Monroeville tennis team. It's cool. He's signed a scholarship to go on and continue his career and play college tennis at Blue Mountain College, and we're excited about that. And Coach Cowrie Allen, they've been in the national tournament the last 2 years and have fared well, and we're excited about I think they're better this year, so we're hopefully can have a chance to get over that hump for a state championship. And then we have men's and women's golf in Bruton. We're hosting our first golf tournament this spring in Bruton, and that's going to be a really cool thing for that community and that program. And then Lee Huggins down in Bay Minette, the golf program is back, and they're getting ready to go, and we're excited about this spring. So it's upon us. We have all of our sports rocking and rolling right now, and it's a busy next few months, but we embrace it and are excited about all the things we have going here at Coastal.
Coach, you and I will talk again soon. Great to have you as our halftime guest.
Thank you so much, Robert. I appreciate all you do for Coastal Alabama, and go Yotes.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back as we get ready for half number 2 in a 36-33 game. Coyotes down by as much as 10 in the first half, but came back in the latter stages of quarter number 2 to take a 3-point lead into the locker room at halftime. And let's see which team ignites first in half number 2. Off the rim, rebound, and Pats putting up the banker, and we've seen plenty of those in this. Well, with Reid Tech, you're talking about the number 4 team in the conference in rebounding, and in Coastal North, the number 1 team. But Reid State certainly landed a lot of REBs in that first half. Contact, and Goodman charged with the foul. Goodman, Key, Young, Smalls, Murph. Same 5 that started the game for the Coyotes. Starts half number 2. Washington, Lindsey, Betts, Tucker, and White on the floor for the Lions, which is the same 5 that began the first half as well. Kicked over to Young, had 3 threes in the first half. Leads all scorers. Now with 13. White in and out. Rebounded by Tucker. Loose ball retrieved by Betts. Trying to bank the 3. Goodman with a board. Feeds over to Smalls, and Smalls for 2. And the current 5-point lead, the biggest yet for the Coyotes. Trying to pick up their third conference win of the year. And looking to improve that home record to 4-5. Murph into the paint, trying to get it over to Smalls. Bounced it off the leg of Betts. Betts able to take and give to Tucker. Tucker for three. Off the rim, Goodman with it. Back it goes to Goodman. In, out, and then eventually in and out again. Tucker into the corner. Lindsay to Betts. Back it goes to Betts. And she will pop the three and knot us up at 40. Got a halftime score from Bay Minette, where Shelton State and Coastal South are playing basketball. Shelton State with a commanding halftime lead, 36-18. Here the Lions taking back the lead. Young short on the long two. Swatted out. Picked up by White. She'll bank it for two. All the Lions going to the bank. Murph with the drive, trying to lay it up and in. Small. Put back is good. And we'll go out of bounds off of Young. Here comes Odom back into the ball game for the Coyotes. Had a number of first half minutes. You have got Zaniah Tucker and Jermicia Williams in for the Lions. Back it goes to Williams. She'll bank it in. Nice feed down low to Smalls. Coyotes trim it to a one-possession game. Still a ton of time to go. Quarter and a half. In and out with a Bradley two try. And Goodman going down. And she'll have an opportunity to recover during the media timeout. Just inside 5 to play in the third.
We are the pack. We are Coyotes. We are Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Well, we'll try it again after that one goes out of bounds off Tucker. Into Smalls. Smalls with a miss. Smalls with a make. And we're knotted up at 46. Turnaround Tucker is off the mark. Tipped out of bounds by Odom. Williams putting it in play. White giving it out front to Tucker. Tucker short on the 3. Coyotes trying to break the 46-all tie. Young gets fouled, and she will shoot 2. So Young, one of the best in the conference at shooting threes, will go to the line and shoot the free throws with 4:22 left to play here in the third. Young, a 45% free throw shooter, 9.5 points a game. Sophomore has started every game she's played in this year. Oh, for 2, and Small gets fouled. So now Small will go to the line with an opportunity. And Small is a 42% free throw shooter. Well, the Coyotes thus far with 3 opportunities to break apart the 46-all tie. And here's the 4th try to make it 47-46, and she won't hit it. Did we get a lane violation, though? Well, if we did, it was on the Coyotes. And it'll be Lion basketball. Tucker with it after the inbounds. Pickett off the glass. Murph weaving through traffic and loses it out of bounds. It's a big ball game for both teams. I know we've got plenty of conference play left. But if you're the Coyotes, you want to control your own destiny. You want to win the games knowing that it's up to you whether you get in or out. Where Reid State is concerned, coming in with 3 conference losses, they can't afford to lose many more and still get into the postseason tournament. So this game big for them. Murph trying to sneak in from the backside, committing the foul on Tucker. And it'll be brought in from the baseline. Lennox coming in, Murph out for the Coyotes. In play to White. Handed over to Pickett. Pickett with the 2 ball, not there, able to get it back on the Lions. That is Bradley with it. From the top of the key, off on the 3 is Tucker. Odom with the rebound. Out front to Lennox, wide open in the corner, Young. That's her forte. Coyotes by 1. White bringing it down low, off the rim. Pickett's got it. And brings down, I believe that's Small with her, and Small. It looked like they were doing the twist. Now, I may be dating myself. You remember the old twist game? You got the little canvas dots. Okay. Well, if you don't remember the twist, you're young. Couple of opportunities, both missed by the Lions. Bradley giving the bats in the corner. Off the rim with the 3 try. Goodman's got it. Sends it down to Lennox, and Lennox will draw the foul. Lennox trying to widen the gap a little bit. Just a 1-point lead, 2:20 to play in the third. Reid State and Coastal North men coming up. Right about 20 minutes after this one concludes. Coastal North on Thursdays, 1-1. This is the first Thursday night game for Reid State. All of their prior games played on other days of the week. 0-4 though on the road. Washington back into the ball game. Goodman's got the loose ball. Young back out front to Goodman. She'll shoot the 3 off the rim. Rebounded by Penn. Sent over to Washington. And Washington hitting the bucket, drawing the foul. And will have an opportunity to tie the game up. Washington, 12 points a game, leading all Lions and almost everybody in Division II ACCC women's basketball. There are only 4 others ahead of her. Goodman out of the game, and Gilchrist back in for the Coyotes. Missed by Washington, and coming out of the pack with it is Gilchrist. Trying to lob it to Jean. Jean able to get it back. Odom, perimeter 2, just a little bit strong. That'll go out of bounds off Gilchrist. Handed to Washington. Shoots from the elbow off the rim. And it is Penn who comes down with the rebound, and Odom who commits the foul. I checked that. They're going to charge Jean with the infraction. So that has got pinned at the stripe, averages 2 a game. Trying to pick up her first points of the contest. Oh, for 2, it is taken down by White, and then reaching in to tie her up as Gilchrist. And the possession arrow will send us to the other end of the floor. Penn coming out of the game, back into the contest is Williams for the Lions. Young shooting for her 5th 3. That will go out of bounds. Yeah, the 51-50 game with 51 left in the third. Gilchrist wanted it more and just took it away from Lindsay. Jean with a miss. Young, the putback. Young has been the difference in the game for the Coyotes. Lobbed over to Williams. Williams. And that'll be tipped out of bounds by Williams. Coyotes will try to match or exceed by 1 their largest lead of the game going into quarter number 4. And an opportunity for Lennox, but it will come up short. And the clock will run down. I've still got .2, but the clock here goose eggs. So we are headed to the 4th. In a 53-50 game.
The University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Decades of experience in distance learning. Empowering students of all ages. More than 90 degree and certificate programs to advance your career. UA Online. Flexible, affordable, legendary. Let your computer be your campus. Visit online.ua.edu.
We got fans of all ages enjoying the game tonight here at the Cooper Center. And they're being treated to a dandy in this one. 1 possession game going into the 4th. Coyotes and Lions. Lions with possession as we get the final 10 minutes of this one underway. Washington gets fouled. And we'll shoot 2. Smalls coming into the game. And Odom will come out. Highest offensive output of the year for the Coyotes, 75. They did that against Delgado. Don't think they're going to get the 75. Most they have allowed, 82. And I don't think we're going to see 82 from the Lions tonight. Young with a miss. Gilchrist trying to get the putback. Eventually with it is Bradley. And at the other end of the floor, the miss from White. Young, 2 more. No, that is Jean with 2. Similar look to Young and Jean from our vantage point, but I'm trying to remember that Jean's wearing the white headband and Young wearing the black. Long 2, too long for White. It is put back by Lindsay. Lost in the paint, right in the hands of White. Washington with a miss, rebounded by Gilchrist. Over to Young, and Young walked. Goodman into the game for the Coyotes. Tucker coming in for the Lions. Now Betts in for the Lions. Leaving the game for the Coyotes is Lindsay and White. And it is Jean who will come out. Now Gilchrist out for the Coyotes. As back in is Murph. Splashed in by Washington. Knotts is up at 55. Lennox. Small able to get it back. That is Young shooting for 3 off the rim. Rebounded and no, the putback not there for Goodman. Kicked out to Lennox. Off the rim with a 3. Bradley to Tucker. Loose ball. Betts fouled by Murph.
I'm about to lose my mind.
So Betts shooting. And it looks like a wild finish in store for this one. 7:34 to play. Lions have led by as much as 10. Coyotes by as much as 5. And here we are, knotted up at 55 with about 3/4 of the fourth to go. Other end of the floor, Lennox with a lay-in. A walk from Betts. Lennox back into the game. Murph going out. .704 to go. Kicked over to Lennox. Goodman with it. And a 3-second violation on Smalls.
Let's go, yo!
Tucker Loose ball, knocked away by Gilchrist, but she stepped out of bounds with it. Lions basketball from the far sidelines. Pickett into the game, puts it in play to Washington. And Washington will draw the Coyote foul. That is charged to Smalls. So Washington at the strike. Key getting set to come into the ball game for the Coyotes. Washington, the 47% free throw shooter. Knots it up at 57 each. Both shots good. Key with a miss. Tucker's got it on the other end of the floor, a little strong with a pass to Bradley. Gilchrist topside, goes into the corner to Goodman. Back to Lennox in the corner, shoots the three, rims it in and out. Gilchrist giving to Goodman. Leans in with the two and got the favorable roll. Lost to the paint. Lennox and Key on the other end. Key with the two. Pitt and Tucker in. Bradley and Pickett out for the Lions. In play to Washington. Laid in by Washington for two. A 1-point game with half the quarter to go. Young with a miss on the three. Gilchrist able to retrieve. Goodman giving it to Lennox. Back to Lennox, short on the two try. Young for three, off the glass. And then Penn runs over Lennox. So Lennox at the stripe. Apparently we aren't taking media timeouts anymore, which is, I'm good with that. Kind of speeds the game up a little bit instead of taking those media breaks halfway through every quarter. Couple of Lennox free throws. Coyotes by 3. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. I think we've just hit a media timeout. 4:51 left to play in the game.
There once was a young coyote.
You're fired.
He found himself ill-suited for the jobs of the world. He struggled to compete in the corporate environment. Yeah, this isn't working out. And failed at the simplest of tasks.
I think I'm gonna have to let you go.
No matter how hard he tried, his coyote hands were just not meant for regular jobs.
That guy is fired.
Until one day, when he was hired for the perfect job. To become a mascot. And then he found the place where he could thrive. Find the place where you thrive at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Off the rim for the Lions. It is Coyotes with the basketball returning out of the timeout. Goodman got the underneath of the backboard. Washington on the opposite end of the floor. Feeds over to Tucker, and Tucker lays it in. (63-62). 4 minutes to go. Nice young pass to Key. And Key drawing the foul. Looks like in Bay Minette there's a minute 36 left. And Shelton State with a big lead over the Coyotes there. Here the lead's not big, but it does belong to the Coyotes. Key expands it to 3. Air ball on the 3 try from White. Mets back into the game for the Lions. And let's see who leaves. It'll be Penn coming out. Lob down low to Key. Nothing there for Key. Kicks it to Lennox. Young had a shot at 3. Lennox will shoot 3. Off the rim, rebounded by Betts. And then reaching in, trying to take it away. Gilchrist will keep it on this end of the floor. In play to Young, out it goes to Lennox. Gilchrist to Goodman. Back to Gilchrist. Got the look, couldn't get it to fall. Rebounded by Betts. And Betts shoved out of bounds. Non-shooting foul. That is the 4th on the Coyotes. Next Coyote foul has Reid State into the bonus. Smalls in, Key out for the Coyotes. Lindsay back into the game for the Lions. Fence the bucket, draws the foul. And we'll have a chance to tie it at the line. Still a Coyote lead after the Goodman rebound. And there is foul number 4 on the Lions. Bradley back into the game. White, Lindsay going out of the game. Into the corner it goes to Lennox. Shot clock to 3. Lennox not able to get rim and Small. Not able to get it back up before the buzzer sounds that ends 30. And in a 1-point game, it's Reid State basketball. Betts out of bounds. Betts claiming a foul. There was none. And it'll be Coyote basketball. Shelton State knocking off Coastal Alabama South tonight in women's basketball. 75-36. Betts. That is Washington for 3. Goodman's got it going the other way. 90 seconds to play. Coyotes looking to run that shot clock down, get a bucket, extend it to a 2-possession game. Lennox off the rim for 3. Saved back onto the floor, but into the hands of White. Couldn't get it to bank. Washington does get the putback, and you got a 1-point game. Inside of a minute to go. And a mere point separate the Coyotes and Lions. Well, the weather outside is frightful. So inside you wear what you wore outside to stay warm. Fans getting their money's worth. (67-66) game, 55 seconds remaining. Foul right back here in midcourt. Washington committing the personal. Drive by Lennox. Got the bucket, expands it to a 3-point lead. Nearly took away the inbound. Washington no good. Rebounded by Gilchrist. And we are headed to this end of the floor where the Coyotes had an opportunity to expand it to a 2-possession game. Gilchrist shooting. A 38% free throw shooter. Big free throws. Gilchrist needing 1 of 2. Well, to push it out to a 2-possession lead. Gilchrist needing this one. Big free throw for Gilchrist. In play to Betts. Betts with a miss. Rebounded by Bradley. Bradley misses. Coyotes are about to survive a scare. Washington committing the foul with 3 seconds left. Coyotes 3 seconds away from a 3-0 conference mark. And the Coyotes expanded to 6. That is going to be their largest lead of the game. And this one is over. Wow, what a game between these two. Top team from a year ago in the ACCC Division II Coyotes and the winless Lions, but this one went down to the wire. Coyotes win it though by a final score 72-66. Game 2 of our doubleheader. It is about 20 minutes away. The men of Reid State and Coastal North coming